What's going on, you guys? This is Dimension Scott back at you once again with a brand new video. Before we get into today's video, thank you all so much because I just hit 900 subscribers. That means a lot to me. Now let's work on getting up to 1,001K subscribers. But anyway, this is Dimension Scott back at you once again with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite superhero sequel films. Before we get into today's video, if you guys are brand new to my channel, be sure to like, comment down, and subscribe for more videos if you like what you see. If you're in all that type of stuff, you love physical media like me, you come to the right place. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram with the same name as usual, Dimension Scott, where I talk about all things physical media. Okay, so the reason for this video is earlier today, I was watching a top 10 superhero sequel video on one of the most popular YouTube channels called Watch Mojo. So I figured, why not give you guys my personal list? There are some choices that I agree to that video, some choices that I personally disagree with because I just think they're just overrated. So with all that in mind, shall we begin? One little quick thing, I will not include The Dark Knight or The Suicide Squad because those movies are too overrated from my own personal mind. So feel free to let me know your favorite sequels of all time, and I will ask you guys again at the end of this video. So let's do this. Starting from the top, at number 10 is going to be Incredibles 2. This long-awaited sequel, it felt like it was a worthy sequel, picking up directly where the original left off. Saw this with my dad, made over $1 billion. The animation, the direction, our family, our superhero family, Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, their son, daughter, Dash, Violet, and Jack, all reprised their roles respectfully. As for its criticisms, I don't think I remember that much criticisms about it, except for perhaps the villain, perhaps not on the same level like Syndrome was in the original. But I think Incredibles 2 is a solid sequel to one of the best movies, I should say, of all time, The Incredibles. Coming in at number 9 is going to be Batman Returns, thanks to the incredible performance of Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, Danny DeVito's performance as the Penguin, and I like to watch this movie around the Christmas season. Some people don't find Batman Returns a Christmas movie, but if you think about it, if you look at the setting and some directions, it really is set during the Christmas season. So just so you know, I think Batman Returns is a great movie to watch during the Christmas season. Michael Keaton is still great as Batman. Tim Burton got to do whatever he wanted from the success of Batman '89, unfortunately. But this movie did receive backlash because it was too dark of a movie. But as for me, I think it's a worthy good sequel, thanks to Michael Keaton once again, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, Danny DeVito as the Penguin, and I like that it's set around during the Christmas season. Coming in at number 8 is going to be X-Men Days of Future Past. Once again, Bryan Singer returned to direct following his departure from the franchise to go direct Superman Returns that didn't go anywhere. But Days of Future Past is an awesome sequel to not only your original trilogy, First Class, follow up to the Wolverine, and in this movie, you have cast from both original timeline and even the first class timeline with James McAvoy, Patrick Stewart, Hugh Jackman, Michael Fassbender as Magneto, and several more casts from the original trilogy of X-Men films all appear in this movie. Some of them appear together, some of them appear in different separate timelines, and the movie opens up in this insane, mind-blowing action with our remaining mutants battling against the Sentinels, mighty powerful Sentinels, which are probably the better versions of Ultron than the MCU did, in my opinion. But these Dark Sentinels, these, trying to fix the timeline, it's all great there. Set in the 1970s, and it is fantastic. And Jennifer Lawrence, she plays that more like Mystique, like the original actors did in the first two movies. And so, Days of Future Past is an awesome sequel thanks to Bryan Singer's directing. Incredible action, it is dark, these mighty sentinels all come together. And just so you know, I think the Rogue cut is the definitive version because they brought back Rogue, who was cut out originally. So with that, this is my favorite preferred version of Days of Future Past. Number 7 is Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut. So for those of you who don't know, Richard Donner was fired from directing Superman after the release of the first Superman film. Things fell apart between him, the Salkinds, and Richard Lester ended up taking over the remaining of Superman film, which was only shot 75%. But about 30 years later, Richard Donner got to make his true vision of Superman 2, and I think it is the definitive cut of Superman 2, in my opinion. Number 6 is going to be Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So, following the success of, surprisingly, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, here we have Miles Morales once again reuniting with his Spidey friends like Spider-Gwen, Peter B. Parker, who is now a father, and in this he meets many other different incarnations of Spider-Man. Great animation, great directing, great storytelling, great different animation depending on which character shows up on screen, like Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, Peter B. Parker, 2099 Spider-Man, and Miles Morales must do what he believes is right to save those that he really loves. Coming in at number 5 is going to be X2 X-Men United. So who will forget that amazing Nightcrawler sequence? The X-Men and the Brotherhood put aside their differences to find and locate William Stryker, who experiment on mutants, who also is responsible for Wolverine's creation with his adamantium in his body. So with action, great performances, great action, a great villain, and just incredible directing from Bryan Singer once again, following the success of the first X-Men movie. And this movie delivered a really great job and kicking it up a notch and improving. So X2 United, fantastic superhero movie that really inspired more of the 2000s success. Number 4 is going to be Captain America, the Winter Soldier. The Russo brothers came in and they directed the hell out of this movie, and thanks to Steve Rogers, Black Widow, which is probably my favorite performance of Black Widow in the MCU. I think the Russo brothers really did a fantastic job with giving Scarlett Johansson that more badass Black Widow. So Winter Soldier, the villain Winter Soldier played Bucky Barnes, who was Steve Rogers' best friend in the first movie. It's a thriller. Hydra, who infiltrated the Shield, and it's up to Steve Rogers and Black Widow to go undercover and stop Hydra from taking over Shield. Coming in at number 3 is Logan. So Hugh Jackman portrays this much older, exhausted Wolverine, along with Patrick Stewart and our X-23. So Wolverine is such a masterpiece. A Westworld, brutal action. It's dark, great story. Hugh Jackman, always great as Wolverine. This was meant to be his last performance, but with the release of Deadpool and Wolverine, well, we haven't seen the last of Wolverine still. Number 2 is going to be Spider-Man 2. So Sam Raimi, with the success of Spider-Man from 2002, Sam Raimi returned to direct Spider-Man 2. Tobey Maguire, Kristen Dunst, and some of the cast from that movie. And in this movie, Peter Parker must balance his life as Peter Parker and being a hero with great responsibility from his uncle, Doc Ock. Great villain. Such emotion storytelling. Who would forget the iconic train sequence against Spider-Man and Doc Ock? So Spider-Man 2 has some of the best storytellings, in my opinion, of all time. Number 1 is Avengers Infinity War. Our Avengers, broken apart from the events of Captain America Civil War, Thanos might finally makes his impact after 10 years of build up to this big bad Titan villain who's collecting the Infinity Stones to bring balance to the universe and snap away most of the universe. So fantastic, great crossover with characters, easily mind blowing with your Avengers, your Guardians, Thanos, and it is an impactful. So there we have it, guys. What did you guys think? Let me know down below some of your favorite superhero sequels of all time. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out. Thank you all for 900 subscribers. See you guys later.